morning, everyone. Welcome to day 19 of the 100-day project. I feel like I haven't talked to you guys in forever, although there was a video yesterday. This video here, it's up. You can go watch it if you want to. I didn't film it yesterday. I was hoping to stay ahead because I actually got to film this on day 17, but when I got home yesterday from where I needed to go, I just didn't have it in me to film, so I just kind of piddled in here and played around, and I created 2 more pages in this book. Let me show you what I played around with yesterday. I created this page, and all I did, for those of you who want to know and are trying to follow along, I just took a piece of the upholstery fabric, the squares that I'm using, and I put lace around it, around the edges. I put a heart that I'd cut out of an upholstery square on here and stitched it down. But before I did that, I took a piece of this doily that we played with on the pocket, same doily, and I attached it to the heart. So say you have a heart and you have a piece of doily. Pretend this is a doily. I just stuck it on my heart like this. I stitched across right here and I folded it down like this. And then I stitched across right here. And then I stitched it down to my page like that. Okay? And then I just put a little cluster of buttons down here. And then I did one more page. I took a piece of cloth. It feels like felt. And I took some embroidery floss. And I just put a bunch of X's around here. And I just hand stitched love, and I didn't plan it out. I just stitched and made it real primitive. It's not straight. It's charming to me. We've used that word before in this book. I just loved it. And I just took a heart that was already cut out for me that I'd gotten at an antique mall with a old quilt. It had some pieces with it. Stitched it down and I put a bow in the center of the heart. So that's it. So today is day 19. I've got to go think because I have no idea what I'm going to do. I really want to play in this book, but I want to give you guys a little bit of a break from this book. You can let me know in the comments. Do y'all want me to like plow through something when I started, or do you like hopping around different things, or do you even care? I don't know. Talk to me, tell me things. All right, guys, I will be back in a minute as soon as I figure out what we're gonna do today. I'm kind of in the mood to work with some beads. Let me think. I'll come back and then I will share. Okay, I've been doing a little thinking and playing around in my bead box, and I thought, well, maybe I will make something that I can put on this book when it's finished. And if not, at least it's something I can use for something else later on. I pulled out this keychain that I don't know if I ever used it. I probably did years ago, but I stuck it in my embellishments and charms so that I could use this for something else. So I probably will take this apart and use this. And then I was thinking of bringing in this heart that I have. Let me bring you closer. And I'm not sure how I'm going to assemble this, so I don't know. We'll see. I think this would be the bottom. And then I have these little pieces here, a cap, another little piece here that could kind of go maybe above the cap. I've got some beads here that could go in between. Not sure which one. So that's a possibility. Or I've got a little owl. Then I have this little piece here. And that's all I've got. So I'm going to go back to my containers and I'm going to look for something, maybe another cap. I don't know. I just want to give you an idea where I'm headed so that you could be gathering your things. The reason this got started was because I went over to my drawer to look at my embellishments and I saw this. This is something I started a few months ago. And I was trying to make something that would look good on top of my little guy here. And this little guy used to have an air plant on his head. I got him from my grocery store. I have 2 tall ones and this little guy. He's like sitting there thinking. And his little plant died. And so I was trying to find something to put on his head and I didn't like anything, but then I wound up putting my little thread pieces that I showed you in this book, where I keep threads that, you know, you pull off of clothes or you trim off of your fabric projects. And I stuck it on his head and I stuck a flower, and I just love him. He sits over there on behind my other desk with me, but today he's gonna sit at the table with us. All right, let me finish gathering this together and then I'm gonna think about how I wanna put it together and we'll go from there. Okay, I've eliminated a few things. I pulled out another cap here. I pulled out this little bead. This is still the pearl one, and this one is like a light jade color, which I thought was really pretty. So those are options to use. And I also pulled out this other little heart that I've got. And then there's this heart that didn't have the hole in the center, like this one here. So I pulled that out, and then a flower, which, you know, is right up my alley, and a butterfly. So I don't know what I'm going to use. I'm probably going to use maybe these hearts. I don't know. I don't want this to be a heavy piece on my book. So I think I'm going to eliminate this heart as much as I like it. Just seems like it'd be bulky if I use it. It's not very heavy, but if I hang it from here, I want it to be very light. I think I'm going to stick with these things here to work with. And this is hemp. And I picked hemp because I don't want wire. because I want this to be kind of fluid. I may change to wire though because it might look better. And I picked this because it's so fine, it'll go through these holes, even the smallest hole, so that would work fine. But I might change that. That's where we're at so far. I'm going to go find something to hang the bead at the top, and I'm going to look at wire and bring it out just in case. Okay, I don't want wire. I decided that while I was looking around my stuff. I'm going to stick with the hemp. I can't decide on an end piece at the top because I don't know how I want to connect this. I think what I want to do is just have it so that I can stitch it to the edge of the book. I just don't know. We may not use this in this book, but what I want to do is just go ahead and put it together and then decide later. I can decide all kinds of things later, but right now I just want to put it together. I'm going to go ahead and pull out a strand as long as I think I'll need and just cut it off. I just want to play around with this and see how I want to assemble it. I know this is too bulky, so let's put this over here. Can you see it on that? There you go. All right, so I know that I want this to be toward the top, and I may just take some thread and stitch it to my book from this little hook there. So I know I want that to be the top, and I know I want one of these to be the bottom, maybe the heart with the hole. So let's put these out here. Okay, and then maybe we'll put the cap here. So cap, bead, cap, but I'm probably going to use this jade bead, so let's put that in place. Or maybe this one. That might look pretty there. And then we're going to bring another heart in right there. Let's break up the colors a little bit. Let's go there. And then another bead. I want this bead in there somewhere. Put that there. And then bring down this little guy here. Let's forget the butterfly, forget the flower. For now, we need to fit this little guy in there somewhere. What about that? Let's try that. All right, let's just try threading our heart. This will be the bottom piece. I'm just going to tie a knot at the bottom so it doesn't go through the heart, but I'm not going to do it yet because I want to make sure that this is the order I want things. So we're just going to put a clip here to keep our heart from coming off. Let's thread our cap and our bead and our other cap the other direction. So that's what we have so far. Looks cute. Looks cute. Oh, I love that. Whoa, baby. Maybe we don't need this guy. No, I don't think I do. I'm going to find something else to top this off, but I'm loving this. I found this little, I guess it's a butterfly. I don't know, what do you think about this? Let's try this one. That's cute. All right, let me tie the bottom off. I'm just going to tie a couple of knots to keep all this from falling off the bottom. That's so cute. And then up here, I don't have any way to connect up here. If I made a loop, I can't bring my thread back through because it won't fit. Maybe it will. We're gonna try. We're gonna undo this knot. We're gonna fold our thread in half and try to thread everything. Let's fold this in half and hope for the best. I don't think it's gonna fit. No, that's too much thickness. So let's do something different. Let's make our little loopy thing here first. I'm gonna bring my top down, I don't know, a couple inches. Then I'm going to tie a knot like that. Now I have a loop I can hang from or clip or sew however I want to. And this is only going to have to go through a couple things, and these holes are bigger, so that will work. So now we're going to go through the top so that everything goes on properly. My husband's making a smoothie. Sorry about the noise. Okay, let's get to the top and we'll bring it through both strands. There, that works. Okay, see, now we have a place to hang or hook. And as soon as we can't fit this through anything, we'll cut it off. Okay, then this bead here is going to be the problem bead, I think. Yeah, so we're going to trim this real close to the heart. Let's finish putting the rest of it on. There we go. And now I need to tie a knot down here, close as I can get to the heart. I'm getting my knot too low, and so I want it higher. Here's what I did to make it work. First, I broke the one I was working on because I got my knots in Then I trimmed it and I cut the wrong piece and it just fell right apart. And my husband had walked in with a smoothie for me and I said, S word, because sometimes it comes out when you're really frustrated with something. And he looked at me and he looked at the camera. I said, don't worry, I'm not filming. Okay, so what I figured out, and if you know a secret to this, please share in the comments below, and other people reading the comments may find this helpful, and I might find it helpful too. I'm always learning. You never know what I might learn from one of you guys. I found that if I held my beads really taut together like this, and I got my loop brought around, it takes a little time. You have to just be patient. Some days I'm good at, some days I'm not. And run it through here. And then I just held my string in this hand. You have to have enough string. And I slid it with my nails up to the bottom of the heart as close as I could get. And I just kept pulling with my fingers back here. Just work it till you get it. And I just keep pulling and pulling and pulling and pulling. And then eventually I got my knot really close to my bottom of my heart. So now nothing will fall off because the knot is bigger than the hole. And I'm just gonna trim it and have a little knot down here. And if you wanna make sure this doesn't come undone, you could put a little dab of glue at the bottom, but I don't think I'm gonna need to do that. It's on there pretty tight. I may go ahead. You know, in fact, I am. I'm just gonna use this Helmar quick dry adhesive. All right, now we have a cute little embellishment. And if we use it on our book, I could just stitch it on right there. And that's what it'll look like. Isn't that cute? I thought I might do another one, but I've changed my mind. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a little bonus at the end of this video, another page, and I'm just gonna do it in fast. I'm not gonna talk through it, and I'm just gonna assemble it. And I'm probably gonna work on, I think I wanna work on this. I'm just gonna gather some trim and some pieces of fabric, make my hearts, put my trim on, maybe add some buttons, maybe a flower, maybe some ribbon, and then I'll say goodbye at the end of the video. I like that one the best. So I'm gonna stitch these down here, and I'm gonna stitch the hearts down. Probably I'm just gonna put a stitch in the center and leave these loose, and then I'm gonna glue the flower down. I think that's all I'm gonna do. Normally I would stitch down the hearts, but I like them kind of loose on here, so I could stitch them down later if I find that I don't like them loose, but I think I like them that way. Very cute. Strolling along in your book, and voila. Okay, hope you enjoyed this extra little video I threw in here, and I hope you enjoyed the little charm, I don't know what you call this, bead strand that we made. I really love this. Hope you enjoyed the video today, and I will see you tomorrow for day 20. And my little guy says goodbye too. If he could wave, he would wave. I'll see y'all later. Bye-bye.